Hey, what's good, motivators? Jimmy V here, and today I am going to teach you, my veterans and active duty service members, about how to properly deploy your VA home loan benefits so you can have more than one VA home loan at a time. Yes, I said it. You can have more than one VA home loan at a time. In fact, it's probably one of the most common questions that we get from veterans, and that is simply this: how do I properly deploy my VA loan entitlement so I can have multiple VA loans and build and create wealth through the acquisition of real estate? Good to go? So before we get started, just want to say, if you find that this information is of value, go ahead and drop a like on the video. Consider subscribing to the channel if you want to learn more about VA home loan benefits. Roger that? All right, let's get started. So here's the deal. A lot of veterans aren't aware that we can actually have more than one VA home loan at a time and really build and create wealth through the acquisition of real estate utilizing our VA home loan benefits. So the scenario in which I'm going to share with you today is simply an example. It's not a one-size-fits-all, and it's very important for you as the veteran or active duty service member to make sure that you're consulting with a mortgage originator who specializes in VA loans before you go out there and put rounds down range with your VA home loan benefit. So let's just assume for a second that you as a veteran would like to be able to purchase a $300,000 home and that you're borrowing, call it $300,000 as well. You purchased home A, $300,000, and now you've lived in the home for, let's just say, I don't know, a year or 2 years, and now your family has grown, right? Now you're looking for different things, perhaps a home with bigger square footage, more desirable location, better school district, house with a pool, whatever the case may be. Here's what I want you to know. You can actually go out and purchase a new home utilizing your VA home loan benefit all the way up to $426,200. Good to go? So now it's also important to understand that this home that you were living in for a minimum 1 year period, you can actually rent out with your VA home loan on it. Now, the other thing that's important to understand is that when you're renting out that home, the VA allows us as veterans to offset that mortgage with the incoming rental agreement that you're receiving up to, I'm gonna write this down here, 75%. So meaning this, if you were renting out the home for $1,000 a month, your mortgage payment's $1,000 a month, VA is going to give you a $750 credit to offset that mortgage. Good to go? So you don't have to qualify with both mortgages. And now, veterans, you are able to have more than one VA home loan at a time because you lived in this home for, call it, 1 year, and now you're gonna go out and purchase this new home up to $426,200 with no money down. It's also important to understand that there has to be a valid or legitimate reasoning for your purchase. It's not like we can purchase the home next door that's half the square footage that's going to be an investment prop. That's not how this goes. It's gotta be your new primary residence, and you need to move into the property. Roger that? So I'm gonna paint one more or maybe two more pictures here for you that I just kind of want you to understand. Every veteran has about $726,200, depends on the county, worth of a VA home loan that you can use. If you deploy $300 here, well, guess what? You can use the remainder, the $426,200, on the next house. Well, now I'm gonna paint kind of a high-class problem. In fact, we did a video. It's one of our best performing videos. Taylor put it together for us in 2021, I think it was, where we were able to show veterans that you can have more than one VA home loan at a time. And I painted this picture of what I refer to as a high-class problem. And he put one of these dollar signs on me, right? A big chain, dollar sign chain on it. Well, it's a high-class problem. Let's just assume for a second that you wanted to purchase a home. Well, it was about $526,200. Could you buy the home, right? And if you remember in the video, I said, Taylor, could you do it? He goes, yeah. I said, well, actually you can, and here's how, right? So $526,200, right? You notice that you've got a difference of approximately 100K here. Pardon the writing, guys, but I think you're following me along. A difference of 100K. Here's the cool part. You, as the veteran, don't need to come up with 100K of that money. You only need to come up with 25% of the difference. So if we do the math here, simple math, 25% on 100,000, that would mean that you, as the veteran, only have to come in with a $25,000 $3,000 down payment, allowing you to purchase this $526,200 home with, call it a 5% down payment, no private mortgage insurance on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Veterans, this is very important information that we as active duty service members and veterans need to be aware of. At the end of the day, there's just mortgage loan originators who don't understand this basic entitlement and how to use bonus entitlement with your VA home loan. So I'm gonna take it even one step further now and allow you to, call it, free up the remaining entitlement so you can kind of create a daisy chain or a domino effect of allowing you to purchase multiple homes utilizing your VA home loan benefit over a 5, 10, or 15-year home buying, 20-year home buying career. So let's just assume now that you want to free up additional VA loan entitlement. Well, guess what we could do? Assuming that you had the property equity position in your home, we could actually refinance this home here, this very first home that you had with your VA home loan benefit. We can refinance that into a conventional mortgage if you chose to do so. So what does that do? Well, now it frees up your remainder of the VA loan entitlement on this house here. You guys with me so far? So we just freed up an additional $300 now that we can deploy 2 or 3 years later when you're a baller out of control, right? You want to go out there and buy another home with your VA loan, you can absolutely do that. But remember, you're going to have limited entitlement. And in this particular scenario, you would need to come in with a down payment. And if you refinance this VA loan back into a conventional, now you've got essentially full entitlement that you as the veteran can go out and purchase that home, more desirable location, bigger square footage, house with a pool, whatever the case may be, and use 100% VA financing to buy a home up to any purchase price you would like. And that's one of the neat things about our VA home loan benefits, veterans, is that we can actually buy any home. It could be $1 million home, $2 million home with no money down. Now keep in mind, we have to qualify by way of credit and income. It's very important that you're speaking with a mortgage loan originator who specializes in VA loans and that they're properly vetting out your file. Good to go. And so that way you can go out and purchase a home and know that you have a loan that is going to be approved. All right. So here's the deal. If you have more questions on how this works or maybe what this would look like for your specific individualized scenario, I want you to know that my team and I serve veterans all across this great nation. And if we can personally be a resource for you, well, I'd be honored. That's the purpose of this channel, to educate veterans, to help them to build and create wealth through the acquisition of real estate. My name is Jimmy Vercellino. If you have more questions, drop a comment down below. And I personally, yes, Jimmy Vercellino, will make sure that they get answered for you. Jimmy at VALoans4Vets.com. Don't forget, if you found that this information was of value, consider showing your love, dropping a like on the video, subscribing to the channel. It helps us a lot to educate more vets and active duty service members. Hey, thank you, and may God bless you for your service to our great country.
Yeah.